Hey, what's up, man? Hello. Yeah, good morning. Hello. I just woke up, so it might not be super energetic. I'm a little bit tired. I got stuff I gotta do today, so let's probably just go back to sleep after I get done with my errands. Is the update any good? Yes. I think it's what this game needed. Because, the level design and the gimmicks in this game really get on your nerves after a while, which was exactly the problem with the last game from this team. This game is... A lot of people didn't play the first game that these guys made, but I kind of went into this knowing what to expect. I know, when the game was announced, people kind of went through a Street Sport kind of thing, where they're like, you know, the game is made by nobodies, and that definitely wasn't the case. It actually was a lot like Street Sport. Like, you know, these guys have made beat-em-ups before, you know. It wasn't like mega popular, but, you know, they've made beat-em-ups before, so I didn't really have any apprehension going in when they announced it, because I knew that they know what they're doing. Their first game had a lot of the same flaws that this does, but gameplay-wise, this game is a lot better. And like I was talking about on my stream yesterday, Double Dragon has never had consistent gameplay or art direction. Double Dragon has been around a lot longer than a lot of other video game franchises, but they've never had anything resembling consistency. So people complaining about the gameplay and the art styles, people don't like the chibi sprites. Like, that's fine if you don't like it. If you don't vibe with it, that's cool. But like, Double Dragon has never made any sense in terms of continuity, in terms of you know how the games look or play, there's never been any consistency, so I don't mind it. Double Dragon's also had a lot more shitty games compared to other beat-em-ups franchises that have been around a long time. Like, way more. The first ones... people don't know how bad the actual arcade games are for Double Dragon. All of them are bad. They weren't great when they came out, and they've aged like milk. The NES games are actually way better gameplay-wise. Yeah, that's just my observation. It kind of really bothered me when this game was announced. People are coming out of the woodwork and acting like Double Dragon ever had anything resembling consistency, and it never has. even the modern games, meaning this and Neon. Like, they look completely different. They're like nothing in common. The gameplay and the art style is like completely unrecognizable. I think this game is a lot better than Neon. I didn't care for Neon that much. Yeah, the announcement for this was very similar to Streets 4, where people were saying, you know, who are these random people making this game? I'm like, they might not be household names, but they're not random. You know, the publisher for this actually they got a team that's made a beat 'em up before, which is why the game actually functions and why it's better than a lot of these other beat 'em ups coming out that are trash. They wouldn't really be great if they were released in the arcade era. They would still just be compared to Final Fight and not do well, which for people that didn't grow up in the arcade, that was a very common thing that happened. There were a lot of beat 'em ups that were Final Fight but worse. And they weren't popular. Word got out that they weren't great, and arcade owners didn't buy them because they could just put another cabinet of Street Fighter or Final Fight in there and make way more money. This game in Street Sport did not have that issue because they were made by people that know what's good about beat 'em ups and like what makes them fun and what makes them function. And they had already made one before, but just like Street Sport, the games weren't mega popular. You know, Streets of Fury EX is the game that came out before, that they made before Streets 4. So when they announced that, I had to make a tweet. I was like, they're not random people. Like, they've actually made one before. Might have not played it, but they know what they're doing.
Nice.
Alright, they're about to start, so let me go ahead and get into the next room, and I'm gonna go ahead and set up the stream. I'm just gonna go ahead and play this in the corner, because they're probably gonna have a lot of really artsy games. Yeah, let me go ahead and get started here. Go ahead and do a little work here. I gotta mute the game so you can hear them talk about nothing. I know it's very valuable. There we go. Alright, we're just gonna do it like this. Where's my capture? Just gonna put it over here. You guys can watch the combos. Alright, there you go. Make sure this
World premiere.
world premiere. You know what really bothers me about these indie showcases is they do the same damn thing big games do, and they announce stuff like a year early. Slay the Spire is a very good game if you're into cards and stuff, deck builders. That game is really good, but why are you announcing the game like it doesn't go into early access until next year? I'm like, I'm not into deck builders obviously, but I would be frustrated if I was. Like, alright, this isn't coming anytime soon. It's like at least 8 months away minimum. Like, I'm already not interested. Let's not even get into the whole Hollow Knight Silk Song thing, which is, almost worse. Yo, this looks legit. What is this? It's in the title. Should be in the title.
This city's got it all. Bartenders, debt collectors, doctors, waiters, enforcers, killers. Now there's a new
Alright, I'm gonna
kind
go
of
to
killer
Double
in
Dragon.
town.
This looks really
The bullet might have come
artsy.
from across the street.
I'm not interested.
Gun came from under it.
Games like this don't
Black market
interest
dealers
me,
just like anybody
personally.
else. They do their work.
Alright, if you're bored, you can watch Double Dragon in the corner.
Nobody keeps better records than a crook. And killers always leave a trail. All I gotta do is find them before they kill again.
We didn't think the Viking raids could get any worse. The Danes are coming! You, a lord of England, must tame the land. Establish a thriving village and keep it supplied as it grows. Construct fortifications and build a mighty castle. Train your forces and prepare to man the ramparts. For our enemies have harnessed an ancient terror. In this world of steel and scale, only the bravest leaders, the ones who can defend their strongholds, the ones who can raise an army, the ones who can fight together, will be known as Dino Lords. Wishlist now on Steam.
So far, I don't think there's been a release date for anything that they've shown so far. This looks cool. Combat doesn't look great though. It's like one of those games that's like really good pixel art, but combat doesn't seem that great. Well, I probably would not buy that. That's the thing about indie games is they either look amazing and play like trash, or they look like trash and they play really good. It's almost no medium. Case in point, Assault Spy. Assault Spy looks like a cheap PS2 game, but the gameplay is a lot better than pretty much any other action game on the market. Alright, lost my run, so I guess I'll just watch this. Alright, this looks decent. Where's the gameplay? Contra? Got Lance Bean and Bill Reiser right there. But no gameplay. Oh, it's just Vampire Survivors. Alright, I'm already not interested. I'm already not interested. Brad's in the game too.
My name is Eric Hillman, and I am the composer for Flintlock. I would describe the world of Flintlock as this beautiful mixture of dust and dirt and grime with magic and gods and wonder. My main focus for the music in Flintlock was trying to achieve a sound that felt unique to this world and unique to this setting, unique to these enemies, unique to these characters. For the idea of combat in this game, I wanted it to feel very specific and specifically small. For the gods, I went completely in the other direction. I really wanted it to feel like you were up against something awesome and something epic, and kind of like you were up against a real challenge. I'm most excited for players to experience a type of game and a type of world setting that we don't really see that much, that we haven't really seen that much in video games yet.
In the faces of the gods below.
World premiere.
It was not always like this. Our empire was lost to centuries of mist. Did we overuse the Perlas? Their infinite power? Maybe. The horrors were born, and that day, the cataclysmal began. We sought refuge on the peak, and we grew stronger there. Then, one night, instead of fear, came hope. She bent the Perlas to her will. With her we stood unbreakable.
You know, this is actually
Hourglass hero.
presented very well. They don't waste time on talking and stuff. It's like, even if
And enter death's realm.
I'm not really interested in much that they've shown so far, at least they're getting to the point quick. Another Vampire Survivors clone. Pass. I think the least interesting kind of roguelike to me is Vampire Survivors clones. But there's so many of them, they're all the same. Just hoping for some actual roguelikes. This one looks nice. Looks nice, aesthetically. The graphics look nice, but it looks like the exact same thing as all the other ones. It's Muso without the gameplay. There's like a million of these games. You guys ever looked at the the action roguelike section on Steam. It's like almost all games like this. Especially if you look at coming soon.
Rise again, hero. This.
Oh, it's actually an existing game. I thought that was a new one. That shows how much I'm not really interested in those kinds of games. But yeah, I hear that one's pretty good. But there's also like 1,000 other ones. Vampire Survivors kind of killed action roguelikes for me the past couple years. You gotta look for a game that's not one of those.
Survival is all that matters. We are pioneers of our time.
The only one I've really liked is Skybreakers. But that one,
We live.
it's like Vampire Survivors, but it's not auto-attack. There's like just dodges and stuff. And you have control over your moveset. That one is actually really good. It's kind of more like a Muso. It's like Muso instead of a Vampire Survivors clone. But Skybreakers I recommend.
To survive.
It's got like actual gameplay.
World premiere.
Way too many of them, yeah. It's a lot like what's going on with beat-em-ups right now. How like beat-em-ups actually get like greenlit again instead of being shut down. I don't know if you guys remember, about 10 years ago, there was a number of beat-em-ups that were on Kickstarter, and they like just couldn't get any traction, and publishers didn't want to pick them up. Now they get picked up pretty quickly, but they're like not good games. It's exactly what happened like post Final Fight. From what I hear, a lot of the Vampire Survivors clones are kind of like that too. They're just Vampire Survivors but worse, even though they have better graphics. But yeah, beat 'em ups are kind of going through that as well right now. I've seen so many beat 'em ups announced. I'm like, man, this just does not look good at all. Like, I'm not interested in playing it. It doesn't look much better than stuff I played as a kid 30 years ago. Stuff like Double Dragon is the new Double Dragon is pretty rare. There's a lot of beat 'em ups that I see, and it's just like I just don't even really want to even ask for a review key for this.
Secrets and whispers brought now to the fore. The light of victory casts a long shadow. And in that nighted gloom, your fragile triumph is under siege. Decency must be defended. Righteousness reinforced. This realm must stand fast against those who would seek to poison it and bleed it dry. This squalid kingdom, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Hello, I'm Anuar Noriega, CEO and co-founder of Wabi Sabi Games, a team of developers mainly located in Latin America. Growing up, we were heavily inspired by retro platformers, anime, and graffiti, and wanted to share all that love with the world with our own very first video game, Rakugaki. This is the first project we have created together as a team, and we are very proud to be both published by Gearbox Publishing and also included as part of Riot Games' Underrepresented Founders Program. Now, here's a first look.
World premiere.
They erased everything that made our city great. Our art, and even the people, scrubbed and drained. But I know what I have to do. The only way to resist, to get our voices back.
Alright, can you show gameplay? No gameplay! Yeah, I don't care. It looks nice, but you don't show any freaking gameplay. I'm getting so tired of that shit, man. You bring the guy out to introduce it and it looks interesting, and then the trailer ends and there's not like one frame of gameplay. I'm like, cool, I don't care.
Narrative-driven RPG set in the
show the game.
Of the vast
Otherwise, I'm
Australian
not
outback.
interested.
To survive, you'll have to
I have
make
zero
tough
interest
choices
until they at
guided
least
by
show
the
some
moral
gameplay.
compass, an all-new alignment system
couldn't
that
care
will test
less.
your worldview against nihilist,
It's getting
humanist,
exhausting.
utilitarian, and Machiavellian ideas. Become a hired gun, a jackaroo. A
Can't
surveyor,
just show
or
the
a
game,
member of
even
a
like
fighter crew.
10 seconds of gameplay.
And
What
discover
kind of
the
game is
unique
that? How does it
attribute
play?
bonuses, starting
You don't
skills,
know, 'cause
and
they just showed you a
reputations within
cutscene.
the world. Form bonds with a diverse cast of companions, each with their own moral leaning and ideal outcome for the many challenges you'll face on your journey across Western Australia. Broken Roads is available now.
Babylon has been reduced to the shadow of a bygone age. Nightmares have breached the last standing bastion of reverie. The heroes of the Raven's Watch are our last hope to overcome these.
I tried this game and didn't like it.
Come to me, friend.
It felt a lot like their first game, just like very slow and unfriendly to the player. It looks nice. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. I don't think I ever played it on the channel. I played it in private and didn't like it.
And return my dear brother to his eternal rest. I fear a darker menace lurks deep within the shadows.
Go again, no gameplay. Selling you a nice looking cartoon instead of a game. They get really checked out when they do stuff like this in video games. It's like just show the game. Why spend all this money on an animated trailer? Alright, there you go. There's the game. I think this is Cat Quest 3. I thought it was 2. Yeah, I've heard of that game before. At least they showed something. It's only about 15 more minutes of this, by the way, so if you got stuff to do, then there's not much more. I don't know, I haven't really seen anything too interesting so far. Nothing I'm really gonna go out and buy, but I don't really mind because they haven't really wasted a lot of time. The only thing that they've had with this is the stupid animated cutscene trailers that don't show gameplay, but they haven't really had any filler. Like, even though a lot of these games have no gameplay, at least they're just going through them quick. They're not doing concerts and stuff like the Game Awards. It's pretty to the point. So I hope that they do more of these, even if so far there hasn't really been anything I'm interested in. They get to the point quick. I think the whole thing about this is respecting your time. I'm like, yeah, the Game Awards does not respect your time. They generally show at least a couple games that I'm interested in, but it's like 3 hours, and there's all the pointless concerts and skits and stuff. Like, I just want to see the games, man. I'm not interested in the rest. It's interesting because the DNF Festival used to do the exact same thing. They had like whole musical concerts and stuff, and then people complained and they stopped doing that. They're like, yeah, people are just here for the game, man. They're not here for a concert. Whether the music are good or not is subjective, obviously, but it was pretty cool that in subsequent years they stopped doing that.
Will we finally see one worthy of the chalice of immortality?
I'd be cool with a wizard who could survive past the first round.
Alright, Wizard of Legend 2. I'm interested in this.
Easy to learn, hard to master. Maybe the contest is finally heating up.
Alright, here's one game I'll buy.
That's the scent of failure.
She's onto an electrifying strategy. Earth meets lightning.
Lightning gets me all tingly inside.
Welcome to Deadsville.
Population, her.
Now these four have the right idea. Any rules against teaming up?
Nope. Using others as shields is a time-honored tradition. Incredible. The best I've seen yet.
But to win, it will take a champion. A master.
No. A legend.
Yeah, the first game was really good. I gotta say, though, the art style of the second one is nowhere near as appealing. Kinda just looks like a generic 3D game. I'm not digging the art style. Hopefully the gameplay is still as good as the first one. The first one was pretty cool because you could play it in like so many different ways. Like I had a mod that removed all the range spells so you could just play it like a beat 'em up. And things actually staggered. It was really fun. I got a good probably 70 hours in that game. But yeah, the art style of the second one is not very appealing, but hopefully the gameplay is the same or better. But that had no release date, so kind of like not really too hyped for it. They don't even have like a demo or early access release date. Just said wishlist now. Like, alright, cool. I'm not really that hyped then. This is Brotato.
Streets of Rogue 2 is a high-octane RPG sandbox set in a vast, randomly generated open world. With this ambitious sequel, our goal is to create the most open-ended and fun sandbox experience ever, and evolve the ultimate freedom of choice that made the original game a cult hit. In Streets of Rogue 2, your mission is to overthrow a corrupt president of a small country, either solo or with friends via online co-op. How you reach your goal is completely up to you. Assemble a mercenary army and plan a coup. Stage a zombie virus outbreak. Or just chill out, build a farm, and totally ignore the main quest. Pick from a diverse roster of playable character classes, each with their own unique, weird traits. Take a look at these glorious bastards. Hacker, chef, cultist, wrestler, detective, ninja, also gorilla, and werewolf, and investment banker, and many more. Be sneaky, or go guns blazing, or make others do your dirty work. Get inventive and experiment. There are multiple ways to complete each mission. Wreak havoc with a vast arsenal of weapons, gadgets, and vehicles. Machine guns, shrink rays, bear traps? Check. Supercars and speedboats? Check. Boomboxes, banana peels, rat summoning ocarina? Necronomicon? Check, I guess. The huge procedurally generated map of Streets of Rogue 2 features multiple beautiful biomes. Bustling cities, serene countryside, mysterious caves, sunlit islands, creepy graveyards. Explore this lively world, engage with its quirky inhabitants, and write your own story. Streets of Rogue 2 is coming to Steam Early Access later this year. Add the game to your wish list.
Well, I don't care if you had caps on, so it's all good, man. It's alright. I don't really have any rules in my stream, because I figure people should just act like adults and treat people correctly. That includes yourselves and me. Just treat me right and treat everybody else right. That's all that's needed. And I don't really have the viewership to really need a whole laundry list of rules. I just pretty much just need people to act like adults. And then I don't even care about backseating. Like, I don't mind if people backseat me, because with my mental illnesses, I have pretty low frustration threshold, so I don't mind if people backseat. That's the one thing a lot of streamers are like really anal about, but I just don't care. And with the games I play, the action games and stuff, I have to execute anyway, so if somebody helps me get through the puzzle or whatever, you know, I don't care, sure. It'll prevent me from getting frustrated, go for it. But yeah, I don't really have any rules. I very rarely have to ban anybody. You guys behave.
Mend your wounds and press on.
It's mostly just people that come in and try to be a life coach or complain about something that doesn't make sense.
The fiends seek to consume you. The fallen may yet be saved.
Like, rules are really only necessary when you got like at least 100 viewers. 100 concurrent viewers, like, every time you stream, then maybe you need to start thinking about rules, but yeah, I don't really care. Even when I have that kind of viewership in here, I don't really ever have to ban anybody. People are pretty chill in here.
Make haste to the gate and quickly rejoin the fray. "33 sinners, 33 doomed." Mark my
I don't know, this might be a hot take, because this game doesn't look interesting. But for the people that get really anal and bent out of shape about backseating, I feel like they should just not stream the game. There's a lot of streamers like that. I'm like, especially if you're playing something that's been out for a long time and is popular, like, people are gonna do it regardless. If you really want, you know, a blind experience, you should just, like, not stream it. I have plenty of games I don't stream. You know, if I don't stream at my neighbor's house when I'm working over there, I'm usually playing on my Steam Deck. Like, you know, it's just like, I either don't feel like streaming, or I don't know if the game is worth streaming. But there's been a big push to stream, like, every time you're playing the game. I'm like, man, I just, like, don't want to do that. If I'm not feeling the game, it doesn't disappoint people, because, like, I never streamed it, so if I flush it, nobody's disappointed, because they're like, oh, I wanted to see more of that. Like, I don't have that problem. But yeah, that kind of stuff really rubs me the wrong way. Like, you don't have to stream it. Just play it in private. That's the only way you're not going to get any backseating. It doesn't matter how many rules you have. Especially if you play something like Dark Souls. Like, people are going to come in and be a dick about it anyway, so like, just don't stream it. It's that simple. What's up, Abby? Hello. Yo, it's Castlevania. What's this? I just saw Maria. The hell is this? Here's Alucard.
I will show you the might of the House Belmont.
Yo, they got Simon.
Face me.
Oh, an actual new Castlevania.
Taste the fury of a Belmont.
Oh, it's that game, no wonder. I thought it was an actual new one. Meh. Castlevania is just a indie franchise now.
World premiere.
Oh, here we go. Is this the Prince of Persia game? I got all eyes on this. Yeah, sure looks like it. Alright, are we gonna show gameplay or freaking cutscene? Show the game, please. I'm interested, but I need to see the damn game instead of this movie. Please show the game before this ends. I get so tired of this shit. Show the game. They're not gonna show one frame of gameplay, are they? Fucking cartoon. Can you just show the game? Alright, cool. When does this end? When are you gonna show the game? I can't stand how they market games now. Show the game. Watch, it's gonna end and say wishlist now, no release date, no gameplay. How long is this gonna go on for? Show the game, please. Come on. How long is this gonna go on for? Jeez, like 2 minutes to see the game. Good lord. At least they showed something. Yeah, I might get that. Oh, it comes out in like a month. Huh. I might check that out. But yeah, that trailer made me very flaccid. I can't stand when they do that shit. It's exhausting. Just show the game. How hard is it? Get somebody halfway decent on the computer and just have them play and edit it slightly. Don't edit it every time they push a button. That's all that's needed. I don't want to watch a movie. Alright, so in terms of stuff I'll play, I'll check out Wizard Legend 2, that Prince of Persia game they just announced. That's pretty much it for the most part. I didn't really see anything else I was really interested in. That game looked kind of cool, but not even one frame of gameplay, so... Alright, well there you go. Wasn't entirely bunk. Just like how indie games are doing that shit now, like... It used to be indie trailers didn't have the budget to do stuff like that. Just like, hey, here's the game. Actually show you gameplay. Now they don't do that anymore. Here's a whole lot of nothing. Anyway. I'm sure some people are expecting Hollow Knight Silk Song. That didn't happen. I just think it's interesting because they like it costs a lot of money for even just like 90 seconds of animation like that. It's not cheap. I'm like, you know, you could just show the game, right? Maybe do like a couple seconds of it and then just show the game, but I don't know. I don't understand it personally. I'm tired of it. You know what made me stop falling for that shit? It was DMC 2. I stopped falling for that shit with DMC 2 because that's exactly how they marketed that game. It was Dante jumps off the building and looks really cool. Then they show no gameplay. And I was like, how old was I when that game came out? I was 16, 17. I went and bought that game with my allowance and was very disappointed. Yeah, I don't fall for that shit anymore. Yeah, Fuma, watching me watch video game trailers is always a good experience because I get really triggered by that stuff. Hardcore. You get very triggered. Like, just show the game. How hard is it? I think the worst was that one that came from Latin America that looked really cool. And like, it's cool to see more games from that country. But then they cut to the trailer and there's not like one frame of gameplay. No, they'll do anything but show the actual product. They don't want to get to the point. They expect you to get excited without actually showing the product. Which is interesting because everybody complains about it. Every time that there's a game trailer thing like that, everybody complains about it. Like, when are you going to show the game? But they keep doing it. You know no one likes it, and you keep doing it anyway. It doesn't matter what kind of game it is, people are tired of that. It's the same thing when they announced the new Elder Scrolls. They showed, like, a render of a canyon and then said Elder Scrolls. I'm like, that's all you got, I'm not interested. What kind of game it is irrelevant. I think the worst is that one from Latin America, I can't even remember the name of it. They like, you can't even tell what kind of game it is. I'm like, why? How am I supposed to be excited for this? I don't even know what kind of game it is. Because there's no gameplay. Like, what kind of marketing is this? Obviously everything that they put in those is not gonna vibe with everybody. But at least be honest with what you're showing. Like, show the game. The game looked really cool. I like the music and the art style, but I don't know what kind of game it is. Well, they're not going to announce Silk Song or something like that. They know that there's a lot of hype for that game, so I think expecting that was pretty delusional. As somebody who's never played Hollow Knight, they weren't going to announce it there. All I know about Silk Song is that the game's got like an Xbox page and stuff now, so I'm going to assume it's going to come soon. They're probably going to do like a pseudo shadow drop for it, meaning they'll announce it with gameplay and then it'll come out within a few months minimum. But yeah, that's the first year of that thing that we just watched. They're not gonna have the clout to announce something that big there. It's more likely they'll do it at like the Game Awards and be like, oh, the game is available now, or it comes out next week, or something like that. But yeah, it seems like it is coming soon, but I don't know why people expected it. Brand new, unproven game announcement things. Set yourselves up for disappointment. I don't know, the hype comes from the fact that the first game was good, and I hear it's like a really solid 8 out of 10 game. It's not like the best thing ever, but it's a solid product. The problem is that they announced it with gameplay, and it looked pretty far along. Like they showed, you know, they had that Nintendo Treehouse event at E3 where they actually showed it. But then that was like almost 5 years ago. It just doesn't make any sense. Feels like they were pretty far along in development. Showing that much gameplay, like just having somebody sit down and play it, it comes with the implication that it's like actually coming soon, but you know, they haven't shown anything since. It's been like half a decade since that. But yeah, indie devs are doing the exact same thing big publishers do. Is they don't show the game. They don't give you a release date, and they don't show the game, and they expect you to go like bend over and cough up $40. Yeah, it's the Duke Nukem Duke Nukem Forever for Zoomers. This is exactly what happened with Duke Nukem Forever. I don't know how many of you are old enough to remember when that game was announced. From announcement to release was like 15 years. And they remade the game like 4 times.
I'm awake. Why not?
It's basically the new generation Duke Nukem Forever. They like just take forever to make it, but which is fine. It takes a long time to make a good game, but they kind of market it with like the implication that it's going to be coming soon, and it's not. Yeah, I don't understand the radio silence. Like, why is it, why don't they just show stuff from it more? I feel like that would stop all the anxiety and frustration.
Don't disappoint me.
Like, hey, here's a little bit of a boss fight, or here's this biome we've been working on. I hear the other thing about Team Cherry is that they don't want to expand their team, which is part of what's taking so long, and I can understand that. Yeah, people that you've been working with for years, it can go a lot smoother than if you put a bunch of random people on the team. I understand that, but I don't know. I feel like you kind of got to expect all the hate when you announce the game and it looks pretty far along and there's like just casual gameplay, like unedited. It was at a Nintendo Treehouse, wasn't it? And like those are pretty much just some people that are halfway decent at games just kind of sit down and play, which is the kind of marketing that I prefer. If I just see somebody halfway decent play it, I'm like, that gets me a lot more interested in the product than I don't need a meticulously edited trailer. But like, for it to be far along enough to just have somebody just sit there and play, it comes with the implication that it's going to be coming soon, and it's not. That was like 4+ years ago. I don't know what they're expecting, honestly. It seems like it might actually come out this year, given the little bit of stuff that we've heard. Like, they might actually release it this year. But yeah, the marketing for that game has been a joke.
Sure.
Yeah, what are they paying that person to do? How much money do they make? They haven't done anything. How hard is it to just like, hey, here's a preview of the game, let's check out this new boss. Here's the new biome we're working on, and like, just write like a little bit of, a couple sentences about what it's, you know, the background of it in the story or something. How hard is that? I feel like that would quell a lot of people's fears, just doing something simple like that. I didn't know they had a community rep. Like, what did they do? How much do they get paid? Do they get paid to just, like, do nothing? Because seems like it to me. That's pretty bonkers. Let's get paid to do nothing. They don't promote anything. You know, I don't know if you guys have heard of Dragon Mark for Death. It was like a indie Monster Hunter type games, like a hunting game. They announced content for that game that the game really needed, like more endgame stuff, more playable classes, and like larger moveset as well, because that game had like pretty small movesets. It made it not too interesting to play long term. From announcement of that, and they were also like doing the same thing as Silksong, like showing gameplay for it and stuff. It took like 10 months. And by then, like, when it actually came out, most people had already moved on. Like, they did kind of the same thing with that. It's just like, announced it way too soon. That game really needed that update too. The update was actually pretty good when it came out, but it just took them way too long from announcement, and people kind of moved on from the game at that point. At least in terms of finding randoms to play it with. I mean, you really only needed 3 friends to play it with, so it wasn't like an MMO or a fighting game, but kind of the same thing. They once mentioned finishing their second playthrough. That's kind of just rubbing it in at that point. That's just gonna make people more angry. That's just going to anger the fan base even more. You say something like that. I'm like, cool, can you show, like, at least a couple seconds of gameplay? How hard is that? I don't think that's really entitlement. I think a lot of it as well is, you know, it's kind of like a Souls game, and like the immersion and the atmosphere is a big part of it, but like, you can still show gameplay. I don't really find that to be much of an excuse either. You can still show gameplay. You don't have to show like a whole boss fight or a really big story beat or something. Just like, show something at least. But yeah, Duke Nukem Forever was like that. They announced that game like right after Duke 3D came out, with the implication that it was coming soon, and it took about 15 years roughly. The game came out in 2010, 2011. Duke Nukem Forever was announced in like 97. So now the younger generation that's playing games has they have their own Duke Nukem Forever. I think the difference is that Hollow Knight Silksong will obviously be a very good game. Duke Nukem Forever was not, for a number of reasons. They never really had any kind of vision or scope for it. I think they just got to the point where they wanted to release something. It came out and no one really cared. Too much time had passed. I mean, they announced that game when I was like 11 or 12, and it came out when I was like 25. That's a long time to expect people to be like really interested in your products. Taste change. Might not like that kind of game anymore, or might not even play video games at all anymore. It won't have that problem, but it's kind of the same thing, and just announcing it too soon and showing nothing, and expecting people to still be like super excited. And you're not like really marketing the game in a way that makes people want to get excited, because you haven't shown anything. People don't really keep video game announcements with like barely any gameplay. They don't really keep them in their mind that much. It's mostly when you actually start showing the game that people start to think about doing the pre-orders and the Ultimate Editions and stuff. I think they restarted on Duke Nukem Forever like 4 times. They restarted that game like 4 times. It's a complete disaster. Alright, well this run's dead. I'm actually surprised that game even released, honestly. It really felt like one of those games that was just going to be vaporware and then, like, never actually come out. Might as well be the case, though, because no one cared when it did come out. Too much time passed.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened a lot back then. They would do like PC updates and then like not do them for console. The orange box for 360 was the exact same thing. You know, it had like Half-Life and Team Fortress 2 on there, and at the time, it was a very good entry point into playing those games. The problem was that Team Fortress 2 kept getting updated, and the 360 one like never got patched even once. I think maybe they did like a couple bug fixes, but none of the content ever came. So there were people. A friend of mine in real life was playing that before he had a Windows PC to play it on, and he was disappointed. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. I understand the frustration. They put it out like that. They put it out like that, and it comes with the expectation that it's going to be like at least some parity with the PC version, but it wasn't. The Team Fortress 2 that's on Xbox is basically just like the first version of the game, and they never even updated it once. So it became pretty useless really quick. But yeah, they did that with that game too. Just like didn't even bother to update it even once. So it wasn't even a good entry point anymore. It's like legit useless. A lot of times, at least, especially back then, the publisher doesn't want to port. They don't want to port the patches, so they just abandon it. That's exactly what happened with the orange box. The orange box was really cool in concept because it was like you got an actual PC game, you know, right away on console, but the fact that they didn't even bother to update it made it relatively pointless in the end, because they added so much stuff to that game over time and console players didn't get any of it. Yeah, my buddy in real life played that game and he's very frustrated. It's like, yeah, you get to try the game, but we're not going to give you any of the updates, so it might as well be useless. There are also a lot of cheats you could do as well, like glitch out of bounds and snipe people from outside the map, and none of that got fixed, so kind of, it was the meme version of TF2. You couldn't even get somebody to, like, at least get rid of that stuff. That still happens today, by the way. It's just that instead of never getting the update, they take like months to port it. That's the new version of that. You don't completely abandon it most of the time, but sometimes there'll be like a major update or bug fix or something, and they take forever to add it. That's why I don't like buy indie games on Switch anymore, because they take like months to add the patches and stuff. Yeah, the orange box was a meme, pretty much. They basically gaslit people into thinking that they were going to get to play Team Fortress 2 on console. And it's like, yeah, you do, but the 1.0 version of the game with not even, like, basic bug fixes. They can't even give you a couple bug fixes or anything, just, like, nothing. Yeah, sure, people can just go glitch out of the map and go out of bounds. We're not even gonna bother to fix it, even though we're still selling the game. That was pretty mind-boggling to watch. I never played the game myself, but I used to go to my friend's house and he would play it. He had a Mac at the time, so he couldn't play TF2 on Steam.
わかりました。
No, the thing about Xbox is that, yes, it's irrelevant. It's kind of a meme console to buy because there's like no games on it, and even just counting backwards compatibility with PS4, there's like a ton of exclusives. But the nice thing about Xbox is that they actually give a crap about preservation. You can still buy stuff from like ages ago and still play it. And that almost makes me want a Series X, but it's just like still kind of a crap value because there's nothing else to play on it. Xbox brand is run all their popular franchises into the ground. Gears, Forza, Halo. It's certainly not helping things. They basically don't have any exclusives. They don't have any killer apps. Anything that you can have, you can play elsewhere. You know, the game is probably on PS5, and then it has, you know, like way more other stuff to play that's not related to Microsoft. So why would you want to spend $600 on a Series X? You could spend the same money on a PS5 and have like way more stuff to play. That's my take on it anyway. I guess that's what happens when you have like really popular franchises and you run them all into the ground. That nobody even wants to play them anymore. Alright, folks, I gotta get ready to run some errands, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Should be working on my neighbor's house tonight, so we'll probably play some Astral Ascent. I'm actually, like, really enjoying that game, so if you want to see some more indie games, check back later tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in a couple hours.